If you need both of those, you want to go with oysters, which is interesting, right? Nature is smart, so we just haven't figured out why it decided to put those together. Those are kind of the really big ones, and I feel like mushrooms.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopath Fiona Chin, co-founder of Kidney Coach and our supplement range, Genesis, which is designed for people diagnosed with chronic kidney disease to decrease creatinine and improve eGFR levels. And I'm joined again by one of my favorite guests today, the amazing, the wonderful, the fabulous, the Bette Midler sing-along like Lindsey Zirker. I've just been telling her she has to do a rendition of Wind Beneath Our Wings halfway. I'm not sure she's going to come through with the goods. Lindsey is a renal dietitian, published author, and all things fabulous when it comes to renal disease. So let's start high level. Copper mineral, because most people would know it as more a metal and things like that. So tell us copper and the role it plays in the body, and then we'll dive into how that may be important in kidney disease.
Yeah. So copper, it is a mineral that is found in lots of foods, and it is used a lot in our body as a cofactor for lots of different enzymes. And so that's why before we hopped on here, I was joking with you, Fiona, about copper is kind of like the wind beneath your wings kind of situation where it doesn't have you know, a lot of spotlight on it, like iron or zinc or phosphorus, but it's still really important and performs a lot of really important tasks. So some of the cofactors that or some of the cofactor roles it plays is in iron metabolism. In order for iron to be transported around, copper is a part of that. And also copper is required for T3 or T4 synthesis, which are your thyroid hormones. It also is a cofactor for the production of some neurotransmitters like norepinephrine, and also for antioxidants like superoxide dismutase, which we don't talk tons about, but it is a big deal. Um, and then it also plays really important roles with gene expression, immune function, and other lots of different things.
Yeah, so foods, what food? So you mentioned potatoes. What else do we have? If people are like, I'd like to actually bump up my copper levels, or I have Wilson's disease, what foods do I need to completely cut out?
Yeah, so the top highest copper sources are oysters.
Yeah, really?
I
I didn't
know.
know.
Zinc and copper, that's if you need both of those, you want to go with oysters, which is interesting, right? Because of their absorption thing, but
Yeah.
nature is smart, so we just haven't figured out why it decided to put those together. But outside of those two, millet and mushrooms. Um, those are kind of the really big ones, and I feel like mushrooms is definitely going to depend on where they were grown. I mean, as with any kind of food, especially what minerals were available in the soil, you know, good and bad, that's what's going to be in, um, yeah, in the food. But also other foods like cashews, walnuts, pistachios, they have decent amounts of of copper. Oh, and pecans. Um,
Oh, okay.
Lots of nuts and seeds have it. I mean, you're gonna have a little less bioavailability there, but and then other animal proteins, they're gonna have some copper in there as well.
Yeah. And interesting, talk about oral traditions, right? You remember the thing that went around maybe 10 years or 15 years ago when mushrooms were a really high source of B12, and they're like, all the vegetarians should eat mushrooms because
Oh.
nice and high B12. And it was, you probably know this for people listening, it wasn't the mushrooms, it was because most mushrooms are grown in dung, be it cow or horse or something like that. And when they actually washed off the mushrooms and checked, mushrooms don't have much B12 in it, but their poo does. And it was the poo that had all the B12 in it. So I'm like, again, these oral traditions that get passed down. I still have vegetarians saying, "Oh no, we don't worry about B12 because we eat heaps of mushrooms." And I'm like, "This is why people thought that mushrooms were high in B12. It was the poo that it was grown in."
Oh,
So yeah, so if you want to know more about Lindsey, you can head to kidneynutritionalinstitute.org. If you want to know more about what we do, head to www.kidneycoach.com. You'll find us on all social platforms as well, on Instagram and Facebook under the same names. Lindsey, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for being part of our community. And Lindsey, as always, thanks again. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
thanks.